Hoonah City Schools is located in beautiful Hoonah, Alaska, where we enjoy the support of our 850 residents who work closely with the school in ensuring that our students get a quality education every day. So right now I'm sitting here talking to you from my superintendent's office, but just on the other side of this office is my other office because I serve as the principal and the superintendent. We're a kindergarten through 12th grade school. We have about 120 to 140 kids depending on the time of the year. We have an amazing staff of 15 certified teachers. We have about 20 classified staff members who make up our instructional and support staff. The thing that stands out most about our staff is their commitment to our children, to our students. We consider ourselves to be a relational school. Like, we really believe in developing and leveraging relationships with our students and with our family members because we feel like it's what one of my professors once told me, Dr. Kambutu. He said, kids don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And so we make that front and center in our approach to teaching, our approach to learning, our approach to discipline, our school-wide approach is how much can we demonstrate our care and concern about your safety, your happiness, and your well-being. That's Hoonah City Schools in a nutshell. And I'm telling you all the neat things about our school and about our district. You know what would be better than that? If I showed you. Let me change. The first place we're going to go is we're going to visit our culinary room, which is right behind us.
Good job. They're going to kind of sizzle. I can see some steam coming up from the bottom, so I want to make sure you don't get burned. Great job. And we want to get them in a nice even layer. Now, while she's doing that, if you guys want to look at the next step, what does it have us do next for those potatoes? My name is Christy Stiers. I am the new culinary teacher here. I've owned a restaurant for quite a few years, and today we're teaching a couple different basic cooking methods for potatoes, and we're going to eat them up with some eggs for second breakfast for all the kids. We're working on fundamentals of knife cutting this week and fundamentals of cooking methods.
We're making roasted breakfast potatoes in culinary class.
And they're making
pan
fried, and we're doing ours baked.
Take the knowledge that I learned here and take it to home.
You need to wash your hands.
I think we're going to head down to our construction technology classroom and see what's going on down there. Last time I was down there, they were building this amazing smokehouse that's actually going to go over to Glacier Bay, which is the traditional home of the Tlingit people. Let's go down these stairs.
That was good. We'll put that other one right over there. So we're building a smokehouse that's going to go over to Glacier Bay National Park, and what they wanted to do was actually make it to where it could be collapsible. So you can see down here on the bottom, they've cut stakes out where they can go into the floor. The kids have built the whole thing. The roof just lifts off of it. We've been working on the project about a week. We'll get it wrapped up on Monday or Tuesday. The ladies up here, they've been working on the actual racks that go into it.
When you walk into the doors, to the front door of Hoonah City Schools, you walk into a building that's steeped in Tlingit culture. Right on our wall right here are some of our traditional paddles that were made by some of our students in years past. We have our mission and vision statement, both in English and in Tlingit. And as we venture down this hallway, you'll see a lot of the artwork. So if you look into this window right here, into Anne's office, you'll see our big traditional paddle up on the wall, and it's draped with baleen. And that was also made by some of our students in years past. And adorning the walls are some of the artwork that was done recently by some of our students in our Northwest Coast Arts in our form line class. And this artwork is actually a part of a story that belongs to a totem that's actually being carved downstairs in our native culture, in our native carving class.
Could a V cut around this on both sides?
I like that little curve.
And then just kind of dish that one out a little bit like that one. Even before now, a lot of the students were staying with me after school, putting in a lot of time on this until sometimes 7 or 8 at night, and which is really something for middle school kids to put in that much dedication to something has been awesome.
It's fun. It was really cool when we first started doing a lot of different things I'd never carved before that, really. And yeah, you get to learn a whole lot of things doing this, and it kind of brings every subject that you learn into school into one little project.
Hola, Mr. Contreras. I tried to do that like Mr. Rogers. We're going to head over to our small engines room, which is outside this door over in our auto shop. Last time I was over there, those guys were working on these really cool motorbikes. And in our welding class over there, they were actually building the stove that's going to go into the smokehouse.
I took this class because it's something that I feel like is needed around, because not everybody is able to do welding, and there's a lot of jobs out there that require welding.
Cool. What's the best part of this class for you?
The experience that I can get to possibly either teach others when I'm older or just use it in a job to make a living.
At his first two plates, you'll notice the detail. It looks like there's little circles going on, and they kind of overlap each other. And so the idea is to get what we call a bead. We want these little circles to overlap so tight that it looks almost like it's level. And you'll sort of notice there's some stops, and here's a stop right here and a restart, which is completely fine. That's the idea of the basics, is just trying to get it to be able to run a bead the full length of the plate. And you'll notice on this plate, this is his most recent plate right now. And so he's starting to get a lot more comfortable with the heat and the distance. He was saying the distance, you want to be striking an arc at the edge of your plate, and you're going to do small overlapping circles in a circle motion all the way down the plate, or until you run out of rod. And his circles here, you can tell, are significantly tighter than the first two plates, which huge improvement. And this is only the first week, and I think next week we're going to start getting into the fabrication process and actually start cutting out big pieces. Probably 8 by 24 is the idea of the wood stove, and then he's going to actually weld it up.
My name is Mr. Darrow. I'm the career technical education teacher for Hoonah Schools. We're in the auto shop, in the small engine shop. They work on lawnmowers and snow blowers and motorbikes and generators and anything that needs a small engine.
This is actually one of my goals, is to become a mechanic, and I feel like this is going to be my first step in that stage of becoming a mechanic. Heavy diesel, or if I don't get that, I will try to become a construction operator. So I feel like these really help me work my way up to that stage. And, you know, sometimes you just have a really bad day and you just come in and do work and you're just letting that anger go and stress and the anxiety into working on these, and it helps a lot if you're really interested and you really like doing this subject. And it really de-stresses me. It's pretty much like my therapy.
These are our two lovely chefs. And that bread on the counter, it's homemade. Well, it's school-made at home. How would you say that? We make it at school, but it's homemade, which means it's freshly baked, not made at home. So we've now come to the elementary side of our school. And on this side, you would find grades pre-K, kinder, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth grade. This is the most fun side of the school right here. Yep. Let's take a look this way. So you can probably see on the hallway, down this hallway, all these planets. The kids are just finishing up a space unit where they learned all about space. They built models. You're okay, Nita. And the kids were assigned different planets, and they did their own research on those planets. And if you look on the wall here, Hoonah is a traditional fishing community, and what is important to the fishing sustainability are the herring. And so our kids this recently participated. They actually developed and facilitated and actually put on just a whole herring production. And today, Friday, April 30th, is the official kickoff of the Herring Derby. And out these doors is the playground. Hey, go check out Northwest Coast Steam Regalia Making.
This is one of the techniques that that was taught is to when you have a dark background, you're going to bead it on paper, and we're using size 11 beads, and we're tacking down 2 beads at a time. And my instructions were to follow the pencil marking, follow the line. So I helped her change her thread, and I'll get her started again.
And Yukat Duasak, Glaika, Kana, Krista, Yukat Duasak, Chakna Khatsati, Kagwantan Ayakat, Wishkitan Dutchkan Ayakat, Glaika Yadi Ayakat. My Tlingit name is Shgaté and my English name is Krista. I am an eagle. I'm Kagwantan and child of the Glaika and grandchild of Wishkitan.
Goodness, sheesh.
So you're going to take the one.
What's it like for you working with Auntie Carol?
You're going to tie a knot around it.
It's one of my favorite parts of the day, and just really enjoy it.
And
Anything else you'd like to share about this class or your project?
It's one of my favorite classes,
and sometimes it comes right
or it is
off.
my favorite class.
Sometimes you have to cut it.
What would you say what is it about this class that makes it your favorite?
It's just really like drawing and learning about my culture.
Pop in on dance and yoga.
Rest here these next few moments in Shavasana, and I will call you back when it's time.
What do you think about yoga?
40 minutes?
So if you're thinking about coming to work in Alaska, Hoonah is by far one of the best places to work. Not only are we surrounded by beauty of nature, we're just surrounded by beautiful people. The Tlingit people are an amazing people with a welcoming spirit, and that's one of the joys of working here in Hoonah is you get to interact with amazing people. It's not without its challenges though. While we're not as isolated as some communities, it can be isolating for some because you don't have ready access to get in your car and drive to a larger city, go to Walmart, go to Costco. But listen, we have everything that you need right here to be successful. And so while it's challenging, I would say the rewards outweigh the challenges 10 to 1. So those are just a few highlights from Hoonah City Schools. We hope you'll come see us sometime.
Nailed it. Mic drop.
I'm like the waving mayor. And to the left is our beautiful harbor. You can't see it from here, but man, there are a lot of boats in there. And they're in the water. There's never this many cars driving down the road.
Let me get a picture.
Just how amazing I am.
So I was just thinking about one of my students in particular, Ava Didrickson. She's awesome. I can't think of a better example of what a true Hoonah student is like. She's diligent, she's thoughtful, she's kind, she's articulate. I wish she was my daughter. Hoonah City Schools is a K-12 school. We have 15 classified. Listen, Ava, you aren't helping anymore. This is why my acting career never took off. Hoonah City. Do I get an action? Action.